can do to better help him.
Yeah.
So we're talking, and one of us said the word autism. Knock else from the other room. He goes, "I have autism too." Oh, that's just perfect. Kid's 11 years old. It's like, how do you even know what autism is? But it's just, and then he just quit. That was the end of it. He never asked about it.
He doesn't know.
No, he's like, that's perfect.
And I broke my foot.
But his IQ's above average, so I was like, whatever.
All right, so
let's start the show.
I wanted Mike to be here for that, but I want to do it because it's fucking. I think it's really.
Apparently, because you just opened that like a week ago. Oh, okay. You pre-gamed?
Well, I took it over. And flows like a river wide. Martelle, grab a beer. I'm like, I got whiskey in the truck. I'll go get it.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I'm Martelle, and with me always is Randy.
Just
the
me.
Mac Shack.
If you've ever masturbated in an attic and called yourself Ann Wank, you've come to the right place.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like that one.
I like that one. That one made me happy. And Mike's not even here to enjoy it.
I know, right?
So Mike moved. For those of you that know the ongoing saga, Mike and Melissa moved, and we got squatters' rights for the Mac Shack.
No,
we just moved in here and stayed.
We had it written into the contract. We have an easement, and we own the Mac Shack now.
Yeah.
So that's
no land, just the Mac Shack.
Just the Mac Shack.
And the square footage it sits on.
And the easement to get to it.
Yep.
So the
property rights.
And Mike can see us, so he's on that camera over there. We'll just do that.
Oh, he is. Hey, Mike.
There we go. Fuck you, Mike.
We're going to change the password on that once he moves.
Yeah, that's because we can't be having that shit. Well, we'll just get all new Wi-Fi.
Man, I'm glad I kept my pants on before you got here.
Yeah, so it's been a minute. We didn't record last
couple weeks, yeah.
Because
you had stuff going on. Mike had stuff going on.
Yeah, because things.
Last weekend, I got super not busy. I mean, we worked around the house some. We're doing a lot of rearranging rooms and spring cleaning as we can. But we got ready for the boys last week of school. Had some sports teams. But other than that, I just worked around the house and chilled. Watched the Reds play. And
I don't even know what I did last weekend.
You were taking pictures somewhere.
Was I?
I thought.
Not on a Sunday.
No, I think you did. But you had something going on, though. Or was it just because Mike was out of town?
Yesterday I think it was just Mike.
Oh, it's Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah.
We were going to record.
I don't have one. That's why I didn't know what I did. God damn it. Ah, shit. That deserves support.
Man, it feels like Mother's Day was like a month ago.
I know.
Oh.
It's because it's...
I mean, it's been open.
You know what? I'll go with you. You can have first pour.
Well, I appreciate that. Well, you've already had first 17 pours. But
yeah. Well, I've...
So, yeah, tell us about this stuff, because I've got a story, too, about my hat. Don't let me forget. That's why I wore it.
Okay. So, Dog Distilling is in Powell, Ohio. So, it's a local. It's a new distillery. I tried to get them to give us a bottle at one point. Like, I was sending them messages like, hey, where can I get this? How can I get it? I mean,
it's worked in the past.
How can I get it? I want to review it on their show. And they're like, we're releasing soon. It's going to be a distillery only. And I'm like,
how you can get it is drive up here and pay full price.
I was like, catch a hint. I'm trying to, promote you on the show that no one listens to, but I'll promote you anyway. So, but they finally were able to release it in stores, and I didn't know where they were in Lewis Center.
You just knew they were in the region.
Yeah.
Which, when people ask me where I'm from, I say Columbus because nobody knows Circleville.
Right.
Like out of state. So you never know if they're right there or.
I ended up driving by the place.
Oh, just by accident?
Last Friday. So last Friday. Not this past Friday, but the last Friday. Because I took the day off and I went fishing with my buddy Pete, my retired buddy.
There you go.
And on the way up to Allen Creek, you drive right by the place. And I'm like, oh, shit, there it is. Well, I also knew, because I follow them on Facebook, that there's a few stores up in that area that you can get the bottles. Because it has to go through OHLQ.
Right.
So they finally got some distribution. But they're all local stores to the Polaris area. So like a Kroger, a Giant Eagle, Chateau Wine and Spirits. So I ended up going to Chateau Wine and Spirits because I picked up this. I went looking for this. And then I went and got a bottle of wine for Liz for Mother's Day. Something that, because they have a really eclectic selection of cheap wine and fucking retarded expensive wine. Like,
I'm not a wine guy.
$2,000 bottle wine.
No way.
Yes. There were a couple $2,000 bottles. I'm like,
I
there
don't
are
get
people that
that.
are buying that, but I'm like, not me.
Can you really tell a difference? I mean, I'm sure you can tell a difference, but is it that vast of a difference? Between like a $12 bottle and a $2,000 bottle?
I don't know.
Is it a $2,000 difference?
I've never had a $2,000 bottle. I will tell you there's a bottle that she really enjoys that is $40 that you can get at Meijer.
That's more reasonable, though. Like,
Right, but
we're talking,
that's even out of our... But I'm just saying, like...
That's more than you would normally spend on a bottle of wine.
That you can tell the difference between that and a $12 bottle of wine. You can definitely tell the difference between some of the... Like, there's the Camille series from Cooper's Hawk that Mike and I were talking about. That Camille series is a $60 bottle, and you can definitely tell the difference on that $60 versus a $12
or an
bottle.
$8
Yeah.
or
There's
Barefoot Moscato.
It is fucking... That's just sugar water.
I love it.
That's Welch's
but
grape juice.
I don't like a lot of wines, but I don't like the super dry reds.
I
don't
like
a dry.
red either.
Yeah, I don't
like
a dry.
I don't like or a semi-sweet, but I don't like super sweet, and I don't like super dry.
I can do sweet or semi-sweet, but I can't do super dry. I could, like, if I had to like close a big business deal, I'd be like, yeah, this is fine wine. Like,
Yeah.
I could drink it,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to buy it ever out of my own pocket.
No. If it's
everybody's
given to
ordering
me,
different wines, I will order something else.
well,
but
so whenever we do a work function and we go to Cooper's Hawk, because that's where my boss always wants. He's like, let's go to Cooper's Hawk. I always order the wine. They're like, well, what do you? I'm like, well, get a bottle of the Cooper Red, get a bottle of the Cooper White, and bring a bottle of the Barrel Reserve.
But you guys are also members there, or
Well,
whatever.
I take my card so that I get all
right.
those
That's what I'm
points
saying.
from,
So
like, the $1,000 that gets dropped for dinner. I'm like, just go ahead and
throw that on there.
Give me those points, please. And
that's
then
perfect.
usually,
I mean, well, but that's like flying for work and collecting the airline miles.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
That's-
you're already there. They're going to
there.
go to waste.
might as well.
I used to do that with hotels. I'd stay in hotels for work, but I got all the hotel points because if
Yeah.
not, the company ain't going to use them.
Oh yeah, the company.
I was the only one in Ohio with a contract in Ohio for our company. I based out of Texas.
Texas.
So, Texas.
God, I would love to. I'd live in Texas.
All my exes live in Texas.
Not mine. My ex-family lives in Texas.
Is that where their ashes are?
No. I mean, unless they burned up in the most recent heat wave.
Ugh.
But all right, so anyway, back to Dog. So
Yes.
they're new. This is their rye. Their rye is only available in the store.
Yeah,
Now,
you should show that bottle off.
I'll get to it here in a second because I want to.
Oh, okay. Read off of it.
Yeah, somewhere. I could have swore.
Ooh.
Maybe it doesn't. Well, it's bottled by Dog Distilling in Lewis Center. I thought there was a little thing, like a little note about what it was. It's aged. This is at least a 3-year rye. It's very light in color. Like, it is not a dark amber.
No,
it's not.
you can tell it's a younger.
I believe
statement.
that it. I think this is sourced right now because they literally just started an Instagram account like a year and a half ago. So I highly doubt that they're doing
unless they
anything themselves.
had this planned way in advance.
Right. So I'm almost certain
MGP.
that this is sourced from somewhere.
Smells
but
good.
The nose on it it's light, but it's sweet.
Well, I was gonna say it's light, but it's sweet, and you get that very, very, very on the nose. I get a very light. It'd be hard to distinguish this as a rye.
Yeah.
On a blind.
It's a light rye.
It's a very light rye.
It's rye light.
It's like we like it.
Yeah. So
But it does have a great aroma.
So go ahead and give this a shot.
It's robust for a light,
Yeah.
a young one, I will say.
Yeah, it's for being as young as it is, it packs flavor.
Way different flavor than on the nose.
Yes.
It's night and day different.
Yeah.
Not in a good or bad way. It's just completely
It's
different.
completely different, but it has
I would have
more
never
flavor.
guessed. Now, tasting it, I would have questioned if it was a rye had I not known if this is a blind. But I still don't think I would have picked it out as a rye.
Well, I would
Because, you can have a 51% corn mixture and 49% rye and still be a corn whiskey.
Yeah. But the
So I would say
finish
this-
on this is a very much a rye finish.
That's what I was going to say. You definitely get a lot. I would say 49% rye at least.
Yeah.
Because you do get that rye, very light cracked pepper, but it's not as strong as some of the others we've had.
Well, this is a straight rye.
So this is it's a rye through and through.
Yeah, but it's super light. It's refreshing.
And it
Like,
doesn't
it's
taste as sweet as it smells.
No, but it's refreshing. Like, it is. This is almost one of those things. Like, I'm not big on drinking whiskey neat on a hot day.
I'm usually on the rocks or in a drink.
This you could do, though. Well, even on the rocks. Like, it's got to be in a if I'm going to drink whiskey on a hot day, it's got to be in a cocktail.
I guess depending on what you're doing and how hot. If I'm just sitting around, like in the shade by your pool, old house, like if we were recording on the patio, I could have it on the rocks and be
I have
fine.
old house news.
Oh, great.
No, it's good.
I've got all kinds of news.
It made my day.
Okay. We'll get to it then.
No, we will get to it.
I've come prepared every week just in case, but
Okay.
if we've got stuff to talk about,
we can
talk
do
about
that.
it.
We can, well, this will be, that'll be short.
It's never short with us.
Get to your stuff. I know.
Yeah, this is.
So.
How much was that?
I think it was $50 or $60 for the bottle.
Not bad.
I was a little leery about. I'm like, I've never,
Being
I was like,
a
fuck it.
young rye,
Sat it
never
down.
had it. You don't know.
Yep.
But it's one of those things. Until you get it, you'll never know.
You never know. So
It's like that Righteous. I spent $75 on for a bottle half that size.
right.
I had no
Just-
clue what it tasted like. Didn't open it till I got home, and we cracked that bottle, and
I found pictures of that bottle the
Did
other
you?
day. I was looking through pictures. So
that was so good. Had I known, because very next year I went back and they were like, "Yeah, we sold out and it'll never come back." And I was like, I would have spent like $1,000 just on those.
because that shit was good.
And kept one closed for a long time.
But yeah, so I found photos of that. Wow. I was looking for photos in video from when I lived at the old house of the neighbor.
Okay.
Okay. So
I'm listening. Brandon just messaged me back.
I just happened to check his Facebook account one day out of just boredom.
Yeah.
And
one of those days where you're like, I've got nothing to do. I kind of need a break.
I just fuck around here. And
let's see I get curious because I like Google search the house I grew up in just to see if anything's changed on Google Maps.
Yeah.
I could drive by there tomorrow.
Yeah.
But why?
Well,
I just get Google Maps like, oh, they installed a koi pond or they
whatever,
did it.
yeah.
But whatever.
So I pulled up his Facebook account and it's locked down. Like you can't see. But there was a public post.
Oh no.
Of a video of the guy whoever bought my house on his tractor tilling the yard.
Okay.
Okay. And
his own yard.
His own yard. And he's like, blah, 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 blah. You see what he's trying to do here? He's trying to redirect all this water onto my property.
He's still on about the water.
What did he try to do to me?
What's it been? 2 years? A year and a half? 2 years?
He tried to redirect the water.
Dump it onto yours.
Onto my property. It was coming from me off a natural swell. And he's like, you can't block a natural swell. I'm like, oh, this is karma.
Yeah. In
every fucking... Like
as the
dimension.
poet laureate Eminem said, payback's a bitch. Didn't he used to say that?
Oh, yeah. So he goes on. So then I text my old neighbor, and I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. I said, your buddy's up to some bullshit. And he was like, yep, looking into this. He's been running go-karts, till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. Blah, blah, I'm like, well, I'm glad I don't fucking live there anymore because whatever. And he's like, well, he said something, and I said, well, I'll see what I can find, like picture-wise, from pictures or videos or whatever. And so he does, and as I'm going through, I found...
You could also find podcast evidence where we talked about it.
Yeah, well...
If you knew which episode to dig for.
Because I don't call it out in any of the episodes. But the Righteous came up in those...
In the pictures,
pictures.
Backlog.
Yep. So I was like, oh, shit, I remember that. So I sent everything off to him. Well, then I went back later that day. I also took a screenshot of the post and sent that to him just for whatever. And
posterior.
I go back and check, and he had removed the post. He'd either made it private or deleted it. Probably made it private. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. Don't care. So then, just the other day, I go out. And I'm like, let's see if any other news has come out about the neighbor. Go out and look. He's like, I'm looking for a realtor to sell my property. He goes, I'll be interviewing realtors because we've decided that we're going to sell our property and move. And everyone's like, oh, that sucks. You just put that track in. He's like, yeah. I'm just sitting there like, I hope this isn't a fucking ploy. I hope for the sake of everybody over there that, he is out.
Yeah, you never had problems on in that area. Not even your road. Like, it's...
Nope.
a pretty chill place. You had that one jackwagon on the corner that liked to drive his lifted trucks that never been off pavement.
Yeah, at a high rate of speed.
100 mile an hour down the road,
But so I said to Liz, I'm like, I just showed her the post because it was public. I just showed her the post, and she just looks at it and she goes, "Good." I'm like, I hope you're not mad at me for making you move. And she goes, "Nope, I'm much happier over here." I'm like, I said, "Good." I said, I hope you're not mad at me for not sticking it out a year.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Nope." She goes, "I am much happier over here." I'm like,
There you go.
Thank God. So
Win-win.
that's it. That's the drama from Pickerington Road. So, but anyway, back to dog.
Like a reality series.
Back to dog. So, and this is a dog-based podcast today because I brought 2-bitch as well.
You did. I noticed.
So I brought 2-bitch because
I made the connection when you set them down. I was like, oh, apropos.
So, what do you give the nose?
You talking about how many donuts do I give it?
Yeah.
4. Easy. It's a great aroma.
Okay.
I think it's a fantastic aroma that's not rye heavy. It's one of those ones if I smelled a candle, I'd be like, oh, that's a whiskey candle.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to differentiate. Is it rye? Is it bourbon? Is it, but it's got a good, strong but not overpowering nose on it.
Right. That's what I
full,
get.
but it's not pungent.
Yeah, and I don't pick out anything in particular. It's just
whiskey.
It's sweet. It's just got a sweetness to it.
The nose does have a sweetness.
Yeah. Now on the mouth,
especially after lighting a cigar.
I give it a 3.5.
On the nose.
On the nose. And I want to do a little different.
I'm looser on my ratings with candles because I just on the aroma because I just basically go, would I want to light a candle that smelled like this? Yes or no?
Yeah.
So for me, it's either like a 4 or a 2.
Okay.
That's pretty much it for aromas.
That's good. So, but I want to change it up a bit. So, on the texture, the mouthfeel, the mouth experience, what do you give it? Because this came up when I was talking to Jimmy and Brandon when we were trying it.
So, on just the feel, not the taste?
Not the taste, just the mouthfeel. Just that
2.5. It's just kind of dead middle for me. It seems a little thick for a rye whiskey. It coats the mouth well. Let me get another sip.
Okay.
You can go ahead and give your commentary.
So it's not viscous.
No.
There's no viscous. I don't think it's creamy. Nope. As in, it doesn't coat the mouth. It has a creamy taste, but it's not viscous. It doesn't coat the tongue. It doesn't coat the mouth. It doesn't. The mouth feel stays with you, but it's not super lingering.
Just on the feel, not flavor related. Don't connect these flavors.
Nope.
You ever had pancakes and all they had was sugar-free syrup?
Yeah.
That's what it tastes like to me. It's like a less thick syrup coating.
Yeah.
It does coat the mouth, but it's not that.
It doesn't stay.
Warm stickiness that kind of lingers.
Exactly.
Yeah, it just kind of coats, and you eat it, and you go, okay, there's the flavor. With syrup, you get the sugar-free flavor, which is not great. But I don't like it. I've had it, but I don't like it. I miss Miss Buttersworth. She was my jam.
I mean,
I would
still
bend
around.
her over
She's now Buttersworth, and they got rid of the bottle.
She was thick, boy.
Yeah, she was.
But yeah, it's like a sugar-free or a light syrup. It's a good coating, but it goes away quickly.
Yeah, it's nothing to write home about on the mouth feel.
That's why I said 2.5. It's just kind of run of the mill.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whiskey. It's right in the middle.
Yeah. So I'm with you. I'm at like a 2. It's not anything to write home about. It's just it is. That's what it is. It is. I'm at a 2 with the mouth experience on it. And so then, which leads to on the tongue, the flavor, the taste. So three different ratings for this one, just because literally that mouthfeel came up when Jimmy and Brandon were talking about it.
Something we don't talk about much, and we don't. Probably should if we're giving ratings out, and all of our both listeners listen to us just for our whiskey reviews. That's what we're known for.
Yeah, not the bullshit.
Not how many times I stand up or what craziness we end up saying, especially if we're on a second show.
Yeah, one show today.
Or if we have guests on that don't even remember being on the show.
Yeah, we can call him too.
We could.
He's working.
Ah.
But we don't have headphones.
He's probably out protesting something out there.
No, he's working. He already texted me. He's like, double time.
What, was he on the stage with the singles strapped into his G-string?
No, he's going. There's a new strip club in Oregon called Grinders. It's a granny strip club.
I shared that with certain people. I didn't share it on Facebook, but yes. It's like 65 and up.
Yeah, I sent it to him. Like, this is where you're hanging out now?
If I'm hanging out, I own it.
But, all right, so on the mouth, the flavor, the taste, what do you get on that? What are you giving?
Let me give one more sip, because I shook a big old drag off this cigar I didn't even pick out.
Well, while you figure that out.
This is Mike's cigar.
Oh.
But I did message him before.
Oh,
I said, hey, there's a cigar sitting here. Can I buy it? He goes, yeah, I think it was $12. I said, cool. So, because after you said that,
you could have stopped.
After you said that, though, I was already on the road, and I was like, I'm not going back. I was already outside of Circleville.
There's literally a cigar shop right down the street here.
I put in here like 5 minutes before you got here, probably.
Yeah, you could have. There's a cigar. Yeah, I'm not in a hurry. So.
Yeah, we're recording earlier than usual.
Yeah, well, that's because Mike typically works on Sundays.
You're right.
So we're coming out here at 4:30, or recording at 4:30 instead of 2.
All right. So what were you going to say on the mouth?
So on the
taste,
on the tongue, the flavor, the taste, the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips. I'm giving it. I'm at a 3.5. It is good. It is young. And I'm not going to hold the fact that it's a 3-year against it, because for being a 3-year, it is phenomenal. Absolutely. I mean, I just think it's phenomenal. It is sweet. It is what you look for in a rye.
Yeah.
You want that slight sweetness to it, that peppery finish, the caramel notes, brown sugar. Like, it is your traditional, typical rye whiskey.
It's funny you said 3.5, because that's the number that was in my head. No lie. I think this is one of those ones that you should try if you see it.
Yeah, and
I would not go stand in line for it.
No, you don't have to.
But yeah, if it's readily available, it's 50, 70. I guess I could just look up the price.
It's $50 or $60. I can't remember if it was $49.99 or $59.99.
I've got the HLQ app, and I've used it like 3 times.
They have an app now?
They've had an app.
Oh, I was just logging into the website.
I do on my computer. I just go to the website, but if I have my phone, it's easier to hit app.
So with this, like, go get it. Just look for it. If you're in the Lewis Center area, or up at Polaris in Columbus, I would say stop by Chateau Wine and Spirits, or I think it's Kroger, or check them out on Instagram. I'm a fan. Like, I like this so far. They have a bourbon as well, but it wasn't available at Chateau, or I would have probably picked that up too.
Okay, so their straight bourbon's $58.99. Their straight rye is $49.99.
Okay, so
$50.
So it was $50. Like I said, I couldn't remember.
Worth $50.
It's worth $50.
I would say this is one that I
bought this. Well, so here's the.
What proof is it? 95. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, 47.5%. So 95. Yeah.
Okay.
I bought this the Friday of Mother's Day weekend, and there is a third of a bottle left.
For reference, because
it makes a really good old fashioned.
It's been a week.
Yeah,
just over a week.
It's been over. Yeah, since I bought it.
Yeah, well, that's the first picture you sent us was that with an old fashioned.
Yeah,
and
then you tried to give me shit on surprises. I'm like, it's not a surprise,
dude. I was saying something about that. Oh, because Mike said, "What's it taste like?" You're like, "You'll have to find out."
I'm like, "No, we'll do it on the." It was. I think I said we'll do it on the show.
I was joking with like 3 other people. I was talking with Beth, chatting with my boys, and I was chatting with one of my car buddies on 3 different apps at the same time. So I was like, "Oh, we gotta wait for the surprise." And then you messaged back, and I was like, "All right, fuck Martelle, I'm back."
It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise.
I kind of like did that like half smirk. I call it the Jim Halpert, where you look at the camera and do that kind of thing. I was like, Martelle.
Yeah,
and I just went back to whatever I was doing.
So, yeah, good surprise.
Oh, man, I had no clue you had this.
Well, so I say you go get it if you can. Hopefully, this. I would like to see this at a 5 or 6 year.
I would love to see it about a 5-year, yeah.
I would love to see it at a 5 or 6 year. The 95 proof, keep that.
But honestly, I don't know if it'll get that much better waiting 2 years that it would be a bigger payoff. I don't know.
I think
it'll definitely it'll definitely be more robust and fuller flavored, I think.
Yeah.
It might stick around longer than it does.
Yeah. I think it'll.
I don't think it'll hurt it. I just don't know if it'll, because from a business standpoint,
Right. No.
2 years is a long time to float anything.
Well, yeah, you got to pay taxes on that shit. But
Right.
I think 2 to 3 more years on this
Would make it, like, next level.
Keep this as your base.
Yeah, this is your straight
Do
rye.
another version of
but this is your straight rye, whatever you call it.
6 year.
Call it Fido. Call it
Call it a 7 year. Call it
Old Dog.
Yeah, something.
Something different. Yeah,
Something.
And so you have both. So you still got this bringing in money.
Yeah.
And then let another one
don't change
age.
the proof on it. I think
No,
95.
it's right there.
I think 100. I think a 107. I think those are really good proof ranges.
I say 95 to 105 is my range for just like your everyday. You can mix it. You can drink it straight. You can, because like a guy that I know that was big into drinking heavy beers a lot every night.
Was his name Martelle? Because I used to do that.
Close. But he recently got into bourbon, so he's just trying, he tried Elijah Craig, loved it. Didn't like Wild Turkey. Didn't like Maker's Mark. Didn't like, for the price and stuff, he goes, Elijah Craig's just better. Now, he's mixing his.
Is he doing the Elijah Craig?
Just the straight Elijah Craig, run-of-the-mill.
Bottle and Bond?
No,
That's because that's the $12 bottle. That's the white label bottle.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I think he's just getting the standard.
But the standard's
$20
like $40.
bottle. No, there's one that's.
Is there a $20 bottle?
Yeah, it's one. It's like 25, I think.
Okay.
Let me double check, but my point was he was getting like Makers, Wild Turkey. He's like, Wild Turkey's nasty. I said it is. It's a mixer, but Wild Turkey 101
is a different story.
Is light years better, and it's like $4 or $5 more.
Yeah, and I've changed my stance on 101. I wasn't a fan of that originally.
You like the rye better than the straight 101.
Yeah,
but you never really held them in any kind of regard. It's like if it's there, I could drink it, but
I would buy a 101 now.
If it's like $22 or something.
Right.
It's
for just something to have around, I would buy it.
But yeah, it's one. That's one of those ones that's like, especially the 101, it's got the proof to make a good mixed drink, but it's at a price point that you don't care that it's a mixed drink, or if somebody goes, I don't like it, and they dump it.
Yeah.
It's like you're out a few cents to $1, depending on the drink they mix, worth of liquor.
Right.
So you're not spending your rare stuff you can't find or your high dollar stuff, but it gets the job done.
Well,
and the 101's got a much more robust flavor and a better
than
base to do a mixed drink than Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, all of those base like whiskeys that have just been around forever. That you're just walk in, they're always on the shelf in every fucking state and every country across the world. Those I don't like. I'm just not.
Okay, $35.
Okay. So I'm just not a fan of those base model things. Like even the base, like I don't like.
Well, I told him. I said, "Go ahead."
I was gonna say I don't like the regular run of the mill Maker's Mark.
I was about to say that, and I was like, I think he's about to say the same thing.
I like the 46.
I told him to get the 46.
Get the 46.
I said the 46 for a few bucks more, so much better than if I'm going for a base Maker's, 46 is my base.
Yeah, 46 is always
the other stuff. If I'm at somebody's house and they got that, I can mix it. It's there, but it's not something.
Yeah.
If I'm going out to get Makers, I'm either getting the 46 or the one. What is it? The 100, 101.
Well, they've got the 46, the 101, and they have the stave program.
Not the stave, the 101.
The 101.
The 46 is the one that's always available.
Yeah.
It's like what, 35-ish bucks.
They have a cash strength also, but it's not great.
I wouldn't call that as much run of the mill as a 46 either, though. 46 is like, I see bookends of it. Like there's tons of it.
Oh yeah.
It's like $35, I think.
Yeah, it's not. It's
and
not
I'm
crazy.
like, I said, forget the Makers, forget the Wild Turkey. I said, you just got to bump it up one more notch, $5 more, and you get a completely different world.
Yeah,
for no money, essentially.
And that's the thing that some people I don't think understand. So when it comes to Makers, I think regular run of the mill Makers is sharp. Like it bites, it's sharp, it's harsh. It's
a cheaper whiskey,
and but it's a weeded. It should be softer and smoother, and it's not.
It should be very mellow. And a little sweet.
I'm not a fan, but and 101 is the same thing, but for whatever reason, it's not as sharp and bitey as the regular Makers. Then the cash strength isn't really. I mean, I don't think I don't think their cask strength is a cask strength. Coming out at like 107 or 1
Yeah, that's what
something.
I'm trying to look for that too.
It's not anything, because I think I have a bottle, and it's not anything like. To me, cask strengths are like 120s.
Maker's 46 cask strength is 109.
Okay, but what is run of the mill?
That's what I'm trying to get to. Stupid.
Like that's the thing. Like the 46
private selection
46 versus regular. If we just put them both on a level.
Ooh, they have a seller's aged.
Where
2024, it's sold out, but
oh yeah, they've had
175.
They're doing cellar age every year.
So the Maker's 101 is $39. The regular cask strength is 45, and it is
that's the one
108.8. So just a little bit less.
So
you're 54.5% essentially.
It's not like that 108 versus the 101. Get the 101, it's better. But 108 out of a cask, like coming straight out of the barrel at 108, that's not cask strength.
No, it's not. I'm with you on that.
Like they're proofing it down to 108, or somehow they've got it figured out that their 108, that's going to be what it comes out of the cask, and then they're gonna
Maker's
proof it down.
Maker's is like 80 proof, 90 proof, $27. You bump up to the 101 for $40.
Yeah.
So you're 12-ish more bucks.
And it's more than worth it.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But even their cask strength's 65, but it's one of those cheaper ones. I'm like, if you're willing to spend 5 to 10 more bucks, you're going to get a completely different taste profile.
Yeah.
Across the board, whether it's Wild Turkey, a Buffalo Trace product, you're just going to be the next step up.
Right. So, and I agree with you. Like, just spend a little more.
Well, and he's the kind of guy like you, when he would buy his beers, he had a beer you can go buy in a case that he liked. It wasn't like Miller Lite or not. I forget what he usually got. But he liked a lot of the heavier beers and the different beers. And him and another beer guy who says, I got to get to his house. He's in Pickerington, has all kinds of stuff for us to try. He's like, I'm just going to give it to you.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. Because I was like, what do you want for all this? Because every time he finds something different or something he thinks we'll like.
Got to get it before Michael leaves.
And I don't have to. It's just more for us. I'll try. But they're in these beers that if you're willing to pay that much for a beer, when you're paying,
I mean,
$4 to $8 to $12 to $20 for a can or more, Utopias, not Utopias, but
Utopias doesn't count.
When you're spending X amount for a limited run high proof beer, you're getting, by the time you buy 4 to 6 of them, you're above a lot of these whiskeys we're talking about price wise.
I've got a $40 bottle of beer at home that I bought.
Yeah, so I'm like,
Mike's got one here. There's a Goose Island.
Hey, Mike,
around here.
We're about to drink your Goose Island.
Yeah, there's a Goose Island around
somewhere.
Here. It's a Eagle Rare or it's a Knob Creek, but it's a $40 bottle.
Yeah. So at that price point in whiskey or bourbon, you can get a lot of really good ones.
Yeah.
For that or less.
So I also want to, before we move on, because we're gonna hit 2-bitch here in a second. We're gonna hit the 2-bitch. The dog. So I had watermelon at the gym. So I had lunch at the gym. I had some smoked salmon that I made.
I had a chicken sandwich on the way out.
Yeah.
A frozen one.
Ugh. I had smoked salmon.
It was one of those, hey, I got to leave in 15 minutes. What can be microwaved? And go. And I literally ate it on the way here.
Just send me a text. Just be like, hey, running behind. Cool.
I haven't been out of the house in 4 or 5 days. So Thursday. I've been in the house since Thursday.
Wow.
A lot of storms and then heat.
Yeah, the heat. It's been nice.
Got all the way up to like 75 yesterday. I was like, I ain't going down that crap.
Oh, I was out in it. It
was like 84 one day this week.
I've mowed my lawn twice this week.
I went to pick up the boys. I had to crank the AC in my truck because I hadn't driven in like 2 days. And
What's that like? What's AC like?
Nice.
I don't have it.
I do for the first time in a long time.
Yeah.
Well, I did in my work truck, but I didn't pay for that.
Yeah. I've actually got
the Suburban didn't have it.
I've got a bar coming that props the rear window open to increase airflow in the truck because I don't want to spend $700 to fix the fucking AC. But we had watermelon, and I took a bite of watermelon.
Like a sweet watermelon?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I took a sip of that.
Ooh.
Holy shit!
I bet that was good. I used to hate watermelon growing up. I love it. Like a good, sweet, juicy watermelon, cold.
Yeah, that's what this was. It was cold. It was amazing. So I made Brandon and Jimmy both take a piece of watermelon. I also made him eat a piece of salmon. They're like, salmon. I'm like, fucking eat it.
Salmon's good.
Salmon's amazing. And I
Salmon's
told him I was
great.
doing a bougie black thing. And Jimmy looks at me and he's like, salmon's not a black thing. And I went, that's the bougie part.
Right.
Brandon's like, salmon's not bougie. I said,
I'd have been like, I guarantee you some NFL athletes who are of an urban background
I'm like,
slam some salmon.
I bet you. I said, it's
They slamming the salmon.
yeah, it's bougie black. So, but the
Especially with
watermelon, the watermelon with the dog.
All I'm saying is the dog mix is great with purple drink.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know about that. I haven't tried that yet.
Some scissor.
No. I want to make a watermelon something cocktail with the
that?
dog.
Well, you're going to have to get another bottle of dog or
Oh
do
yeah,
it quick.
that won't be a problem because I'm gonna.
I have a feeling that could be going tonight.
No, that won't be gone tonight. I'm actually cutting back on all my drinking. I'm trying to drop weight down to like 205.
Me too.
You should.
I was 205. I weighed that.
When you were 2.
I went into high school athletically, playing sports, and working out in the off season at 305. That's when like I was
You should get back to
big,
that.
but I was running.
You should start running.
I wasn't running. I was jogging.
You should start yogging now.
I can't
Get those
jog now.
walking canes.
I had a dream last night that my brother-in-law Drew, that was in the Marine Corps for 12 years.
Yeah.
I decided I'm finally going to join the Navy, even though I'm now too old. This is my dream.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, well, if you're going, I'll go back in. Now, Drew is a Marine, a grunt. He's not just a Marine. He's a Marine grunt. He's a jarhead.
He's a crayon eater.
He admits it. He owns it.
Good. 'cause
And I
most
send
of
him
them
all the
won't.
videos, and I send him the memes, especially all the ones that, like the way the different service members do stuff, you know? And so I send him all that stuff, and he's like, that's me. I'm a jarhead. I eat crayons.
Yeah.
He's
I explain things in crayon.
He'll be like, the green ones are the best flavor, or something like that. Like name a color and then say flavor or something, you know? And, but in my dream, he was like, well, I'll go back in with you. He's like, maybe I can get my retirement, my full retirement instead of, because now he's on medical. He went through a lot in his third tour. And, but in my dream, we did that. But so we went to boot camp, and I was still this shape, but I was fully like Chris Farley, Beverly Hills Ninja, like jumping and spinning around and like doing everything. And the boot camp wasn't Navy boot camp from what I've seen. I haven't gone through it. And what I've heard from people who have. And like my nephew just went through it. He graduated boot camp 2 or 3 months ago. He's technically a second cousin, I think. But in my dream, we went and we had to do these different things. And it was kind of like one of those games on Survivor. Not the game of Survivor, but you know how they have the obstacle course games and all that? We were doing stuff like that to pass different levels of boot camp. And one was we had to figure out why a vehicle wasn't running. Because that's what Navy
doesn't have
members need
gas.
to do. And it was like an 87 Chevy.
Also, it's
Ain't
carbureted.
got no gas in it. And we got it running after, like, and Drew's got some knowledge about mechanical stuff, but not like my dad. Like, Dad went to school for it when he was
Sprayed
18.
ethanol
like,
in the carb and just
like,
turned the key.
So we're like
Kept
messing with
bumping it.
stuff, and I'm checking fuses, and we're trying to figure it out. And we'd seen, like, by this time we were the last group to go through, the last pair, and we got it running, and then it caught fire. And as the fire grew, we had no way to put the fire out. So we went down. I had to like run to a pond, and I had like a cup I found, and I got a cup of water, run back, and I'm talking like 80 yards, and I throw it on this engine bay. By this time, the fire's the whole engine bay, but the truck keeps running. So they were like, "Well, technically you passed because it's not dying," and the whole truck ends up engulfed in flames. It's running.
You should have driven
And
it
we
down to
ended
the
up-
pond.
right? Just drive it under and drive it back out. Snorkel it. And yeah, it was just like the weirdest dream. And the night before that, I had a dream. Beth and I were in some city in a hotel we flew to, had no car. And there's some big event going on, like a UFC fight, or like a lot of people were in town that were celebrities, but different celebrities from different arenas. So I saw like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Joe Rogan, like in passing.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I see him out. We went to like different restaurants and bars, seeing who we could see. And the one I saw that I wanted to meet was Dave Grohl. In the year 2025, but he looked like it was 1994
Did you say, man,
So it's-
you look like the drummer
from Nirvana.
from Nirvana?
So if you've seen the interviews of him and Cobain and Chris Novoselic, where he has no beard, he's very young, and he always did that awkward look to the camera, like he's being goofy. That's what he looked like, but it was this year. It was modern day. So he'd had done them Crooked Vultures. He'd done all the years of Foo Fighters.
Black don't crack.
But he looked, all right. And that was my last 2 nights of dreams. Stone sober, not taking any substance. I had water, and the only other thing I had to drink this week was natural sweet tea.
You know what that means? It means you need to get out of the house.
Oh.
And maybe.
So.
Sorry. Just being in my presence makes you pregnant.
Beautiful day today.
It is.
Not too hot. Sun's out. All right, we're on to the 2 bitch.
We're moving on 2 bitch. So 2 bitch.
We went from 1 bitch to 2 bitches.
So this is one of the staples I try to keep in the house. But
everybody should.
If you go to buy2bitchspirits.com and use promo code Buckhorn, you can get $25 off any order. And if you order anything over $149, it's free shipping. So.
Also, we just got word of they're running a special deal. If you order before Mother's Day 2025, you'll get a puppy with your order.
We're past that point.
That's why I can make that guarantee.
Sorry.
You missed your puppy.
You missed your puppy. They do have another. I think they do have another special coming up here soon
that's
for
nice.
Father's Day. I mean,
as they should.
I think they'll have a Father's Day thing. So keep an eye out. Go to Buy 2 Bitch Spirits. Buy all the things they have. Buy them all. Buy a shirt. Buy a hat. Get all of the whiskeys. They have a bundle pack where I think you get 12 bottles.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
a good night.
You get 12 bottles of Small Bark with Bite. You get 12 Glencairns for like $500 and some dollars.
Oh, wow.
And then you use Buckhorn as your promo code. You get $25 off of that. So now it's only $4.75 and free shipping.
Free shipping.
That's a deal.
That's actually a really good deal.
That's not a bad deal at all.
If I wasn't almost homeless, I'd get some today.
I mean, homeless or whiskey.
Good point. A lot of homeless people do drink whiskey.
They do.
It's usually Beam 8 Star, but I'll be a rich homeless guy.
Yeah, you'll be like upper echelon.
I'll make the homeless guys pay me the $1,000 they get from standing on the corner.
Yeah, all the panhandlers.
Yeah, the panhandlers.
Yeah.
So like, you want a bottle? $8,000.
It's gonna be.
Next thing you know, I got Diddy money, but not Diddy baby oil.
You got diddly money.
No, I ain't diddling nobody.
Yeah.
Except myself sometimes.
Go to Buy 2 Bitch Spirits. Promo code Buckhorn. You can use that across any purchase. It doesn't matter. There's no dollar amount on that purchase. You can just use it. Done. But I would recommend you order anything.
Make it worth your time.
Make it worth the shipping. Like buy stuff to save on shipping. Because one bottle is not going to get you there, but 2 bottles might.
Depends on what you get.
Get a shirt, get a hat, make your own bundle, whatever.
And here's the thing with 2 Bitch. If you are just getting into whiskey and bourbon and trying to figure out your taste bud, or if you've been in it for 20 years and you don't have 2 Bitch on your shelf, you're doing yourself a disservice. This is something that can be drank by somebody that's new to the game or somebody that's been in it for as long as we have or longer. We've been doing this show for 6-7 years. The one podcast I've mentioned before,
18.
Was it 18? So 7 years.
June of 18.
Yeah, because they just celebrated their 7th year, and we started like 6 months after them, or 4 months or something. So yeah, 7 years.
Yeah.
How many whiskeys and bourbons have we tried, and we still go back to 2 Bitch? It's one. There are others we go back to.
It had to have been in the hundreds.
Has to have been.
At least
multiple hundreds.
At least in the 80s.
No, we broke 100.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if we included other shit, like when we went up to Bourbon Hunters.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's been several hundred.
Yeah, it's been quite a bit. But this is one it's never let us down.
I always come back to it.
Which we have others we like that. Mm-hmm. Virgil Cane.
Virgil Cane's good.
I will always take any Virgil Cane.
I almost brought a bottle of that, and then I was just like, I almost brought the 8th notch, and I went, dogs. Okay.
Yeah, not bad offerings though.
Yeah.
And but it's one of those ones we always come back to. I haven't even tried it yet. I've been so excited talking about it. I should say I haven't tried it. I've tried it many times.
We've tried it so many times. I didn't even bring it to review it because we've reviewed it. I mean, the review is go get it. Just get it.
I forgot how good it was.
It's so sweet.
I haven't had this since.
Buttery soft on the mouth. The nose is.
So let's do the full rating.
All right, yeah. So
again, because just like we told our boys, your taste can change within 3 weeks.
they can.
Try new foods, try new drinks.
They can. So
That's how we got our boys eating things like asparagus.
asparagus is so good. Smoked asparagus.
Beth made some last night.
Motherfucker.
She did a cast iron, and she had sauteed up because she made chicken, chopped that up, did like a 3-cheese tortellini, and caramelized onions and mushrooms with it, and then did asparagus with some of those juices. Mm-hmm. Oh,
so
amazing.
stop being poor and get a smoker. Just get a pellet smoker.
If I'm going to get a smoker, I'm going to be a man.
Fuck all that. All right, Derek.
I'm going to get electric.
Fuck the electric smoker. Yeah. Fuck off.
Get an EV smoker.
Just go get a pellet smoker.
No, I'll get a smoker someday, but as of right now, honestly, I just want to use it enough to justify it.
Oh, I use it all the time.
I know you do.
Dude, I grill shit on it.
We bought a fire pit when we first moved in 5 years ago.
Yeah, I wouldn't use a fire pit.
It's still under the cover.
Yeah, I wouldn't use a fire pit.
Beth was like, I got one. We paid more, so we had one that had a metal cover so the kids, because Judd was just a baby,
Yeah.
wouldn't be able to get
That
to the
takes
fire,
work, though.
which is dumb because the metal gets hot anyway, so you're
Right.
going to touch that. But it's also
It
got
keeps him from falling in.
It's also fair.
He gets burnt, but he doesn't get full body
Dead.
burnt.
Yeah. It's also got one of those swinging grills that like swings out over the fire.
Yeah.
You can adjust it.
Like
We've never used it.
cowboy
5 years. I put it together like 2 days after it came in.
See,
It sits on our patio under a cover.
Yeah, I wouldn't use one. That's work. Like you got to get the wood. You got to buy wood from somebody.
Right, but that's
or
all.
go,
Like
and then
when
you gotta,
we lived at the cabin,
you got to fucking light it.
I dug a fire pit, buried it with a barrel. We had a barrel on the farm that had the top third cut off.
Yeah.
So I dug down to where half of that was buried and half stuck up, surrounded with decorative stones, and then we used a camp tripod hanging grill.
But you didn't have a choice in the matter.
No, that's what we chose because then we just cooked over wood. I like
Yeah.
the wood flavor.
Right. You get that with pellets.
So we did. I could have just went out and bought a gas grill,
Right.
and saved the time, effort, and energy,
yeah.
or a charcoal grill for $20 at Walmart.
Well, what I'm saying is you get the same thing. You get the wood out of the pellets too. It is wood.
I know.
It's just compressed.
I know. I've had stuff off your smoker. It's great.
I know. I'm just saying, just go get one and then do smoked asparagus.
You should give me one for my birthday.
Probably not gonna do that.
It's
But
coming up.
so all right. So let's review it because it's been a minute since we've done
Yes.
a 2-bitch review.
And we've never done the new mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Review.
So we'll add that in as well.
So aroma
The mouth experience.
on the nose.
So on the nose, I get a sweet,
Caroline.
slightly earthy. It's not heavy earthy. It's sweet, slightly earthy scent. Not that bullshit watershed.
It's not sod.
It's
It's not like you're walking through the garden section of
it's-
Home Depot.
it's
It's the oaky earthy.
it's just it's wood.
It's nature. It's like you're out in the forest.
It's wood. It's oaky. But it's so sweet. Like
Man, I'm so stuffed up.
like a toffee. It's like toffee being melted on oak.
Over
never-
a wood campfire.
Yeah, I mean it's toffee on oak, and that's all I get on the nose. I don't get like, I don't know. Some people are like, oh, I get penicillin. I don't know. You're fucking weird.
I've never heard that.
I haven't either. But it's just a sweetness. It's a toffee oak.
Yeah, I'm on the same
Earthy
page with you there.
sweetness.
It's one of those ones that I believe I said the first time I would love a candle of. It just smells
Yeah.
good. It's a good aroma. It's full but not overpowering. It's not super sugary sweet on the
Nope.
nose, but it's a natural sweetness to it. It's just all around natural.
It's like sap. That's what it's like, oak sap. Like
Yeah.
when you have a fire and
you're burning
you're burning the wood and you get that chunk of sap on a piece of wood. And that's
watching
what
it
it's
bubbling.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's that. It's.
So how
very
many donuts you give it on the
sweet
nose?
note. So I give it a 3.
I'm at a 4.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm pretty much 4 too. It's either I love it or it's just okay. Because most whiskeys on the nose aren't going to make me like, ugh, like most of them.
Well, there's been a couple.
I'm talking like real bourbon whiskeys, which I've got a new one I want us to try, and we may, if we do a second show, we may save it for that because we've gone longer than I thought.
Do you have one? You brought a whiskey?
No, but I plan on getting one.
Oh, okay.
I went to get it today, forgetting that because they have it at Shortstop, Circleville. Forgot they're closed on Sunday.
Oh, well.
I was going to get it today because when you're like, you have time to stop.
Well, we can do it
I
next
know I could
week.
have.
Bring it next week.
I'll try and get it by next week.
Yeah.
But
leave the house, get it next week.
the boys are at school. I don't have to leave the house now.
I mean, my kids are at school. I don't have to leave either, but I do.
You're like, I'm a normal human being. Yeah, no, this one on the nose, 4 donuts out of 5. What do you give it on the mouth feel? Just the feel.
So on the mouth experience, the mouth.
I like
feel,
that mouth experience. We'll go with that.
I can't take credit for that. That's a Bourbon Hunter's claim.
Oh, boo! No, I love
just like
guys.
Hyman pours.
Yeah.
Hyman pours and mouth experience.
I gotta say, I wish I came up with Hyman pours myself. That's a good one.
It's a good one when you just first open a bottle. That Hyman,
you just pop
that
it.
neck pour. It's a Hyman pour. So on the mouth experience, there is a slight burn to it. It's good. It's a Kentucky hug. It hits you across the outsides of the tongue, slightly in the chest. It's not crazy. It's like someone
It's noticeable that you're not drinking water.
It's like,
that's about it.
It's like two guys that are uncomfortable giving each other a hug.
Because they have boners.
That's the Kentucky hug you get in the chest for that one. It's just not a heavy burn in the chest. It's more, I get it more on the outside of the tongue than anything else. It sticks around.
Longer than the dog.
Yeah, much longer than dog does. And it coats a little more. Mm-hmm. So it's more, I don't want to say buttery, but it's more like a milk. Like how milk just kind of coats the inside of your mouth.
It's like a whipping cream.
No, it's more like just
I just want to say whipping.
Oh, okay.
That's really it.
It's like a 2% milk.
It's like a thick
not like
milk.
a skim milk.
Yeah, it's not a watered down milk.
No, it just kind of coats the inside
of the mouth. It's like milk straight from the udder, where you just kind of right on the cow. Right when you get right under the bull and just kind of
right under the bull.
Just like coat your mouth.
Just a couple Lamborghinis running around.
That's right. Did you happen to see the new Mustang at the Nürburgring?
Yeah.
Laid down like a 6 something.
Yeah, that's the new GT.
They haven't named it. They think it's going to be the new GT 500, but they haven't made it official.
No. That car. Actually, it has a name. That car is purposely built to race against Porsche in the GT series.
Right, but it's not called the GT.
No, it's
is it the RTR?
It's the Mustang GTP or GTD.
Is it? Okay.
That's all they're calling it. It's an 800 horsepower.
From what I saw, they weren't solid on the actual trim name or what, because they have like the Dark Horse. They have the GT 500s and 350s.
Well, this is a purpose-built track Mustang that I don't think is street legal. It is.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
It
might not be
800 horsepower. They announced it 2 years ago.
But when they get done, it's supposed to be 1,000.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when they announced it was 800, and it is purpose built to beat.
It's a road
Porsche.
car. Yeah.
In basically the GT series of IMSA.
It's like what they did with the GT40, the original. They went out and said, we've got to build something that's not just fast and straight line.
Yeah.
We got to turn now, boys, and drive in the rain and driving.
And that's when they went after Ferrari.
And they went after, they did that same kind of thing when they went, okay, now we got to do it for this purpose.
Yeah. So
it's not just, we're not going to rest on our laurels being a Mustang.
Yeah.
We're going to build a car that puts us on the map.
Yeah. And that's that's what that particular Mustang is for.
And I know we talk
track record.
Every car guy talks shit about makes and models. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the fun. But consistently, if you're a car guy, you have to at least respect what Ford has done from the beginning.
They've tried.
In racing. No, they've succeeded. Now, I'm not talking your run-of-the-mill bro that shows up with a standard Mustang GT and runs over a crowd.
Little Cobra.
Because they can't handle skinny wheels and high horsepower. I'm talking what Ford themselves has done with professional racers.
400 horsepower out of a stock off the showroom car.
Right. Which I just saw somebody buy a brand new a Hellcat, and literally as he pulled out of the dealership, gunned it, lost control, curbed it. brand new, like $100,000 car.
Like, I don't even know why you would do that shit. Like, you've never driven it before.
But they may not. I think that people grow up, get money, and they go, now I'm ready to learn how to drive. And they don't start like we did in slow 4-wheel drive econo boxes that we had to work to try and gain horsepower. They just go out and buy 1,000 horsepower, 800 or 700. I mean, the Ford trucks that Ford is warrantying the Whipples. You get a Ford standard cab short bed truck with 4x4 in the 1080R transmission. You've got a 10 to 11 second truck from the factory with a warranty.
Yeah.
With a Whipple on it.
Yeah. That's
People
a supercharger for those that aren't aware.
It's a power adder if you're not a car guy. It makes more horsepower. Woo woo!
No, that's a whistle
That's
tip.
whistle tip. I know. I rewatched that clip last weekend. I forget what brought it up. I was like, I haven't seen that in like 15 years.
That's ingrained in my brain.
It's ingrained in all of our brains from back then.
The whistle tip goes.
But they're buying these cars that are built for either drag racing or street racing, depending on what make, model, setup. You know, because some of the Camaros are straight line drag racers,
right?
And some of them are like the 1LE is a cornering machine. But people go out and get these either one and try to go run the Triple Nickel or the Teledragon or Hocking Hills even, or out of the lot, and they punch it and go, that's what horsepower feels like. I was just driving a CRV with 185 horsepower, front wheel drive something or other, some Acura or Toyota Camry or Corolla, and I got in this monster. And like, because on the test drive, they're not going to do that with a salesman.
They're not going to do it with the salesman.
But as soon as they get out in the wild, instant karma.
But that's the problem is
I agree.
I honestly think that you should, for over a certain amount of horsepower to buy a car, you should have to take a driving test for it.
I would agree with that.
Like, if you're going to buy something that's over 400 horsepower, 300 horsepower.
I'd say 5 now. 5's pretty standard. A lot of trucks are running high 300s to high 400s. And they're not going to do what a 400 horsepower light car will.
But a truck versus a car, I'd say, is a different animal altogether.
It is. I mean, unless it's a purpose-built Cyclone or something. But yes, overall.
God, I would love to have a Cyclone. I'd still take a Cyclone or a Typhoon.
Either one. They're both in my top 5 together.
So
they're on the same notch.
quick story from last weekend, because it was prom last weekend as well.
Oh, yeah.
Prom was Saturday. And so I do photo shit. And so Lexi wanted me to do her photos. And so we drive from Carroll to downtown Columbus, and prom is in Grove City. I'm not.
Our prom was at the AmVets in Circleville.
My prom was in my high school.
Yeah, it's like
it was in my
gym.
high school gym. Like,
our homecomings were.
So our proms were there, our homecomings were there.
Which is funny because our school paid to rent the VFW or whatever it was, and it's smaller than our gym.
Well, we just had it. So we had to go downtown. We were at Miracle or the mile, the
Saturday Mile.
Saturday Mile. That's it. Doing photos, and it was like 10 after 5. Liz is like, "Oh, you've got your reservations for 5:30 at Pinnacle. So there's like some Cecil's or some shit like that, Cecil's Cafe or whatever, and that's where Lexi and Jackson had to go. Now Lexi has never really driven on the highway. Like, she's driven on 33, but she's never really driven on 70 or 270.
270, yeah.
Not because we don't let her.
Why would she?
Yeah, she just hasn't. Like, she hasn't had a need to, like, she doesn't go, I'm going to run to Easton and spend an entire day there. She just doesn't do that. She's...
Like, I used to do that, but I lived in a Columbus suburb anyway.
Yeah.
I was driving that daily for work.
Right. So she's never done it. So so going downtown, I'm like, just follow me. Just stay with me. Like, I'm not excessively speeding. Just stay with me.
Were you in the FJ?
No, I was in the Highlander.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. So either way, you're not out there.
Like, yeah, I'm not doing
whipping
90.
it around 270.
So we go down. We get up 33 down 70. We get downtown. Whatever. We do photos.
Which 33 to 70s can be intimidating depending on time of day, especially.
I was on the phone with her. Like,
okay.
I'm literally on the phone with her. I'm like, all right, you're clear. I'm going. Just stay with me.
You guys like Smoking the Bandit, but like the slowest version
of slower version of it, yeah.
And no fun of running beer.
And yeah, we're not running anything.
You got like corsages in the trunk.
And so we get downtown, we do the thing, whatever. At like 10 after 5, Liz is like, oh, your reservations are 5:45. It's plenty of time. Well, they fucked around. And at 5:30, we're finally back to the car.
Oh, geez.
At Scioto Mile.
So
and I'm just like...
So you're at the Scioto Mile and had to get to Grove City area in 15 minutes.
It's a 22-minute drive.
I will say it's possible because I've done it.
Guess who did it?
But it's not recommended for younger, inexperienced drivers.
Yes. So...
For the safety of everybody involved.
I said... Originally, I was like, well, you're going to be late for your reservation. Like, you're going to get there at your reservations at 5:45.
Like 5-10 minutes late.
You're going to be... You're going to get there at like 6:02.
Yeah.
And she's like... she goes, they're going to cancel the reservation because that place will cancel.
Yeah.
If you're not there within 5 minutes, they don't...
Well, yeah, they've got people waiting.
So I looked at Liz. I'm like, I'm just going to drive her and Jackson down there. And Liz goes, okay. I'm like...
Oh, so they didn't... I thought you had them follow you, like, keep up.
No. I'm like, I'll see you down there. And Liz goes... As I close the door, I hear, fuck. I walk over. I'm like, Lex, just... I'm going to drive. She gets in the back seat. I said, you got it all, you got the map set up? She's like, yep. I'm like, all right. Just want to make sure I know exactly where I'm going once I get on Stringtown Road. Pull out, get on 70, hit 71 south. And the minute it cleared, so because all the construction they have going on down there now, it's one lane.
Yeah.
From 70 to 71. And then it opens up to fucking 5 lanes wide once you hit on 71 right there.
Oh, really? I haven't been down that way.
Or maybe it's 4 lanes. The minute I get an opening...
If you go from 1 to 3, it's a big deal.
Right.
So anything more than that's... So were you on 71 heading south towards Grove City?
Towards Grove City.
That does open up by...
In her Audi.
Yeah. Oh, the wagon?
In the wagon. That is...
So you're like, buckle up and hang on,
horsepower.
bitches. Which isn't a lot, but
it's not a lot,
in a light car...
For that car...
It's enough for highway shenanigans.
Yeah. Well, the highway shenanigans happened because I punched it. And Jackson's sitting beside me. And he's just like, his face, he's just like... And at that point, we haven't hit 80 yet.
Oh, geez. You're just warming up.
And then we passed 90.
I'll say you're still in double digits. You're fine.
And then we passed 100.
Did he notice you passing 100?
Lexi did. He was just sitting there like this.
Was he in the passenger and she's behind you?
Oh, yeah.
Well, she grew up riding with you.
She's like, we're fine. She's like, whatever. We hit 110. And I just...
What's that top out at? Like 126?
I think
it's probably got some kind of limiter.
No, because it's chipped. So the limiter, it'll top out at 140 if you got enough stretch. I think you can get it to 140. It's just going to take you 20 or 30 miles downhill with the wind.
You can do okay getting to 100. Not lightning fast, but yeah, that last 40 will be hard.
Yeah, that car will hit 110 like that.
Yeah, not a lot of top end on those.
No,
and that's where you miss the displacement.
Yeah, so that thing, and I'm just. Well, at one point, I feel Jackson shifting his seat because we're coming up on a car and I'm in the far left lane, and I'm all over the place with mirrors. I'm not even looking forward because it's just making sure that there's no cops and there's no one around me. And
well,
I'm driving like
any real driver doesn't just look forward.
Right.
They're looking at what's coming up.
I'm at everything. Yeah. So I see this guy coming, and I'm still barreling at like 90 miles an hour towards this guy's ass end. And I just feel Jackson like shifting his seat, and all of a sudden I'm just like 4 lanes, zip, woof, back across. He's like, oh. And I just hear Lexi in the back seat going, "You okay?" We pull up Stringtown Road, and I just
picture Lexi back there like drink in hand, like
she's just
doing
like,
fine up there.
You okay,
I haven't
buddy?
even spilled my drink. My margarita's fine, nice and chilled.
She's like, you okay, buddy? And I just hear his butthole unclench. Whoop. And I look at him like, you all right? He's like, that was awesome.
Now, the downside is if he goes out and tries it himself with no experience.
Well,
that's one of those do as I say, not as I do.
Nope. So we get down to Pinnacle, snake through all the neighborhoods, everything. I drop Lexi off. I'm like, drop her off at the door. I'm like, go in and get your reservation. I'll park the car. And that way Jackson knows where the car is. I'll give him the keys, and Liz will give us a ride back. So as we're going to the parking lot, I'm like, "Do you enjoy that?" He goes, "That was pretty." He was like, "That was." I said, "If I ever catch you doing that, ever, with or without Lexi in the car, I will fucking murder you."
I would have just been like, "You think I'm fast with a car? See how fast I am with a gun."
No, I don't even need a gun. I was just like,
unless he elbows you in the bicep, then you're done.
yeah. I'm like, just don't ever fucking do that. And he goes, no. He goes, I'm.
See, Huck's too dialed in. I won't worry about him driving. Judd, when I had the Suburban with an exhaust leak, he's like, he heard the loud.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Can you go fast?"
No.
It's like 245 horsepower in a 25 at the time year-old Suburban that weighs 7,000 something pounds.
Yeah.
So I gunned it, but it was like
loud and it's just like
you
it's
can
like a Jetson car.
tell it's accelerating, but well, then I get this truck and it's stone quiet, but it's got 65 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, a lot lighter, and it's still not fast by our standards.
Right.
But I get in there, the first time I picked the boys up, and Judd goes, "I miss your Suburban." I said, "Why?" He goes, "It was so cool, so fast." I punched that thing and threw him in his seat because we're going like we turned off a four-way stop, dead straight road ahead, no traffic either way. And he's like, "It's you're a Suburban, so you think you'll get another one someday?" And I just gun it, and it's just dead silence. I think we had Metallica playing that day, so I'm like back in my zone, and we get done. I go, "Fast enough?" And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Does it need to be louder?" He goes, "Oh yeah." Okay. We'll work on the exhaust someday, buddy.
Kids in their loud cars.
Huck, though, he's just like, whatever. He's like, "Yeah, that was fun."
All right. Taste. Well, we didn't.
Oh, yeah, we didn't. Donuts. Donuts on the mouthfeel, the experience.
Mouthfeel. I'm at a 4.
Bingo. Spot on what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm at a 4.
I'm 4 on the nose, 4 on the mouthfeel, because it's not, I don't get a lot of bite. I get enough to go, that's a good whiskey.
It's a good whiskey.
It's there, but it's not
sipping whiskey.
It's one that literally I'd feel okay giving this to somebody that's never tried it and going, take a little sip.
I do give this to people that.
Right. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Just so you can tell.
Don't shoot it. I had someone shoot. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I poured another. I'm like, "Shoot that again. I'm going to punch you."
Yeah.
I'm like,
No,
sip on it.
this is a fantastic experience all around. Moving on to the flavor, I'm at a 4 on the flavor.
I'm at a 4 on the flavor with this as well.
It's so good. It's something that I'll get more of someday.
I think
right
it's like
now
my
it's
6th bottle, and it's consistent.
I think I've had 2
across
bottles
the
of
years.
this. I've had 2 of the Eureka Gold. Since they started delivering to Ohio, I need to get more.
Yeah. Hey, and if you over $149.99, that's free shipping.
That's right.
And use Buckhorn to get $25 off.
$25 off.
This is like just one gigantic ad.
It is.
And I'm fine with that. So check out Two Bitch. If you're in the area, check out Dog. Like, if you can get it. Like, it's not readily available throughout Ohio. So it's very limited, but it is available. It is the thing. So check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Google, Toopstagram.
I'm Martelle for Randy. We're out.
Bye.
See ya.
Living life, no future, no past. Echoes in the dark. Whiskey podcast like this one. Martelle, Randy, raise the glass. Living life, no future, no past.